I do want to ask you a few questions before opening up to the audience. There's many ways to talk about the film. There is something that I wanted you to talk about, which is the house. We had a really long discussion about fire with the house that was in that film, and this house also is quite interesting, and is a real house. It's not a set. So I wanted to know how you find the house, and are you adapted either your film to the house or vice versa?
Okay, this house doesn't exist. It's a very ugly house in the outskirts of Berlin, in the Uckermark. It's the name of this part, and but I like the wind there and the tree, and all other things in this house are really ugly. Yeah, it's stinking and it was a ruin and so on. But we have. I like to build up a house by my own. Yeah, and there was an idea, in this part of Germany, in Brandenburg, Prussia. Yeah, in this part, there are many cities and villages with American names: Philadelphia, Boston. Yeah, and I thought it's so ugly there. Why they have names like Philadelphia and Boston? And then I asked a guy who's working on the history of Germany, and he said in the 17th and 18th century, the Prussian king Friedrich, he's a soldier king. He take all the young people into the army, yeah, and he used them as soldiers and killers, yeah, and so the young people are hiding themselves in the swamps, yeah, because they don't want to get caught by the military police. And he said to many Germans who wants to go to America, he said, stay here, dry out the swamps, and you can have the land. So nobody can hide himself in the swamps. Swamp's the right name, yeah. So
ask me about English.
Because I read a graphic novel with the name The Swamp, and I like this novel very much. And so the people who wants to go to the USA to have a new life, they stayed there in this ugly part of Germany. And so there are these houses and these villages with the name Boston, Philadelphia, these are names of broken dreams. Yeah? And so, yeah, and this was in my mind, and then I thought about the Germans who are always building their porches and their terrace and their gardens in the back of the houses, and they have big fences around so nobody can watch inside, and so these porches are looking a little bit like in jail when you have 1 hour a day for walking around it. But the Americans, yeah, with the broken dreams, the Philadelphia and New Boston people, they have their porches in the front of the houses, yeah, because they want to see social life, yeah, and therefore we rebuilt these houses there, this house there, and it was on the 20th day of shooting. And in the morning, at 8:30, these two Coca-Cola was a big mistake. Yeah. No, stand up is not enough. I have to run around here for 2 hours. Yeah. We built this porch by ourselves, new windows. The whole house was rebuilt by us. And on the 20th day of shooting, I always go in at 8:30 alone I went to this house and think about what we are doing today here. I want to be a little bit by my own, have a coffee in my hand and thinking. And there were 2 old people in the house, and I thought perhaps they are extras, yeah. And we have forgot them yesterday or so. Yeah. So, and I asked them because they are crying. Yeah, and I said, what is happening? And so, yeah, what are you doing here? And where's the security? Where's the security? And so, and they said, no, we asked the security. We both, brother and sister, 80 years old, we both grew up in this house. Yeah, and now this house is so beautiful. Yeah, and we have such an ugly childhood. Yeah, and it costs not so much just two paintings, a new fence, a porch to have a good life. Yeah. So, and this really touched me when I so. Yeah. So, this was an answer for the host, or I don't know.
It's a great answer, not what I was expecting.
Yes, yeah. It's a Coca-Cola answer. Yeah.
No, but now, and if you don't want to make movies, you can make houses and give a better life to people in ugly houses in
Yeah,
East Germany.
in East Germany, so many things are really ugly, I must say, and so we have to rebuild things and so. But I like it. And the bad thing was my father and my mother, they bought also an ugly house when I was a child. Yeah? Not so ugly like this house in original. And but we had a neighbor, I remember, and the neighbor built a swimming pool in the back of his house, and all the other house owners in this part of this small village, all the other owners are jealous, yeah? And they hate the swimming pool. Yeah? And this guy, in each morning, he's springing in the swimming pool and he's jumping there and is shouting, and with his very beautiful daughter, Elke was her name. Yeah? He's swimming there, a little pedophilic atmosphere. Yeah? So, yeah? But one day, because he had built this swimming pool by himself, and one morning, some people from the health police are coming because the wood he had used for the swimming pool was wood from German trains, from the rails. Yeah, yeah. No, he has bought it. Yeah, but there is poison inside this wood, so he had to take. They have to take the swimming pool away, and all these the neighbors, they like it now. So they're satisfied now. There's this little atmosphere we have also in this movie, because this family has made a beautiful house, and these other neighbors who are passing the street, yeah, they're watching them and say, now you have a fantastic house, you think you are something better than us, yeah? But now you have a dead daughter, suicide, hello. Yeah, it's a little bit like this. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's true. It's a very subtle moment in the film, but you have all the look from the people who are watching like this, and there's not a lot of explanation about this, but it's present, and it makes you wonder about their past lives and their other story with the neighbors and in the family as well. Can you talk a little bit about working with the actresses on that film? Paula Beer, you worked with numerous times, and with Barbara Auer, you worked with her before, but it's been a little break, and it's an amazing role for her. And having both of them together, you thought about them when you were writing? Okay.
I talked to them during my first idea, because I like to know who's playing during I'm writing. Yeah? Because when I'm writing something, give names, and then I have something in my mind, which is just a male subject imagination or something like that. Yeah? She's a long leg blonde women or something like that. But when I have a picture of a real existent actress, I have to have respect. Yeah, and have to have a distance. Yeah, and I have much respect for Paula Beer and Barbara Auer. Yeah, because they are very, very intelligent. Yeah, very sensitive, very intelligent. And yesterday, when we have the screening in the other cinema, I went through the floors. Yeah, there are so many floors there. Yeah, they're like a labyrinth. Is the right word? No, not what?
A maze.
A maze?
Yeah,
Maze. I've seen a fantastic movie, Maze, with the kids and the maze. Oh, okay, Maze. Therefore, okay.
The Shining.
Yeah, it's a horror movie with the maze.
Oh, it's a maze.
The maze. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I went through the maze. Yeah, and there were always monitors from the movie. Yeah. So and I saw on each floor I saw a sequence of my own movie, and I thought these actors are really good, but not in a way. But this was without sound, because the whole time I have the feeling they don't need me, and they showed this to me. Yeah, and I like it when they never say to me after we have to make a sequence or a shot or so, they never ask, was it okay? Or so they go in their trailers without any comment, and I like this. Yeah? They're adult, really adult persons. Yeah? And especially Paula Beer, who said to me half a year before shooting, she said, there's the final scene she doesn't like, and I don't like actors who are talking about the script. Yes, it's because they want to be intellectuals. Some of the actors want to make also movies by themselves, and 95% of these movies are really bad. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, and because they think they can make both. There's fun, I saw a movie directed by Paul Dano, Wildlife. It's fantastic. The movie. Yeah, this 5% exist. Yeah, so yeah, but 95% are really bad. Yeah, and. So and Paula said, "I don't like the final scene," and so and
But it was this final scene or a different one?
no, because this final scene I've written in the script is not in the movie. Yeah, this is I've written a final scene based on a movie I've seen by Claude Sauté, and there was a in the script it was like this. After this concert, the family's on the porch and drinking coffee and eating scrambled eggs, yeah? And then they jump out. They jumped out of their chairs, like this scene when then these jealous neighbors are passing. But this time she's standing there.
Oh.
Yeah, this was my fantastic idea in the script. Yeah, so. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it's the atmosphere is a little bit like this, and then in the script there was a sense she's opening the fence door, yeah, so fence door, and she enter the room of the family. She enters the room of the family. It was the last sentence of the script, and Paula said, I don't understand why she's going back to the family, and this is the end. She don't understand why she's fighting for independence, and at the end she is a daughter. She don't understand this really. And I said to her, "This is the best sentence I ever written in my life." Yeah? And I was convinced. I was convinced by myself. Yeah, and. Then we are shooting, and then we are shooting chronological. There was the last day of shooting, and at the 7th of October, like today, last year, we have to shoot this fence scene, and I know in this moment that she's total. She was right. This was a really fuck scene. Yeah, so yeah, and I know it's shit, but I don't say anything, and then I go for 1 week in holidays here to Turkey. And come back, and then the editor Bettina Böhler said she made a rough edit, yeah? And she said the end is shit, yeah? And so we have two persons, yeah? And then I fell in a deep depression. November starts in Berlin. It's a month where depression starts until the Berlinale. Then very much is getting better, yeah? And then I try many final scenes with the material I have, but it was a really big mistake by me, because it can't be that she's now had the identity of a dead daughter, and this could not be a happy end. It's like this, and I think my mistake was that in this time we have the 7th of October, we have Ukraine, we have Gaza, yeah, we have Trump, we have all this shit, yeah, and I think during writing I want to harmonize something, yeah, and this harmonizing was not. Paula Beer knows that it's not right, yeah, and I was too proud, yeah, and have perhaps too much Coca-Cola and not wine, and so yes, and so I was. No, it was not warm and enough, and can't be criticized. And then I have to call the producer. Can we make a new final scene? Yeah. So after thinking, and he said we have $16,000 left. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah? And so we have to rent this apartment again from the beginning. And then I make a call to Paula Beer, which was a really hard thing for me, yeah, because yeah.
Oh, you had to admit you were wrong.
Yeah, because I said, Paula, you were right, yeah, and so and Paula is not this kind of. She likes to have right, yeah, and it costs me hours, yeah, her laughing, and I've said it to you, yeah, so yeah, and she said there's a big problem in the eighth month of pregnancy. She said, yeah, and so I said, but I just need your face, and then it's okay, yeah. So we make this final scene when she's coming back into the apartment, and it was so fantastic because she has complete other skin. She looks totally different because that she's pregnant. Yeah, and therefore, it was. Therefore, I have the feeling that this character also is independent. Now he's back in life. Yeah, you can say, and so it was a final solution, very good. But until today, she's always, when we are meeting in Berlin, she's always say, the next script I want to read an essay like this. Now, this is a pain in the ass, I must say, but it was my mistake. Yeah?
Are you going to work with both of them again?
With Paul
And
with-
Barbara?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will get. We stay together. There are now 2 movies I can't make with them. It's not because that Paula was right. Yeah, there's no. But
You
a
can't
little
blame
bit, a
her. You
little
can't
bit.
blame her for it.
Yeah, I understand. But I will make a movie in 2.5 years together with Nina Hoss and her. Yeah. So yeah.
See? People are very excited to have Nina back. Before we open to the audience, I do have one question. So the car business,
Yeah.
what are we doing? They're just like sitting back. Like they're not stolen cars, right? But they
No,
want to.
what I like this we don't change this. And this is also something you can find in the east part of Germany that they want to live like in the USA. Yeah? This you can see in the south of the USA so many houses with broken cars since the ruined cars since 100 years or something, 40 or so. Yeah? And this what's the name for this the Werkstatt? What is this construction car? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, repair shop. Sorry.
Yeah. And so we don't change there something. Yeah? But these 2 guys, I have make a research, and there are so many very fantastic Mercedes AMG cars in Germany, and they have all a GPS inside, where the Mercedes-Benz exactly knows where you are, what are you doing, because they need the datas. Yeah? And the most people in Germany who are driving a Mercedes AMG, they are not only drug dealers, they criminals, or there's some people. So they don't want to know where they are, and therefore it's a job for them. I make a research, and the guy I talked to said you can make more than $20,000 a month with this. Yeah, and so I know these 2, father and son, has find a new profession. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Do we have microphone? Yes. There's a question here.
Hi, Christian. Hi. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Great to see you again, Christian. Here's my question. Can you talk about using that particular song at the end of the credits and also during the garage? Because the lyrics of those songs seems to be what's happening in this movie. There's this ominous ghost phantom type of experience of that song. Thank you.
Okay. The Night by Frankie Valli. When I came to New York at the airport, New York. It's New York. It's not John F. Kennedy Airport, the other one, yeah. Newark, yeah, yeah. Newark. When I came there was a Frankie Valli poster in the maps, and said, "Hey, Frankie," and
Was this in the 60s?
I don't know. Yeah, from the 60s. Yeah, but now I've saw him in The Sopranos. He looks totally different. Great, fantastic new hair and surgery everywhere, and so yeah, fantastic. And you know, there is a movie I like very much, The Deer Hunter by Michael Cimino, and there's also a Frankie Valli song, "Can't Get My Eyes Off of You," and there's a final scene where Meryl Streep and the others are sitting together and drinking coffee and eating scrambled eggs. That's a little bit like here, but this song is something. I have the feeling that the Frankie Valli song is something for the working class. It's sold for the working class in this the Deer Hunter. Yeah? And here in this movie, the Frankie Valli song is on from a playlist. Yeah? And I want to give these two characters, the young woman Laura and the guy Max. I want to give them 1 second where they can be free. Yeah? So I said to the actors, you hear a Frankie Valli song, and we are filming you with 2 cameras, yeah, you and the other, and there's no script. You can do what you want. It's very hard for the actors, yeah, to be by themselves without a character, without a shape or something. Yeah?
And then there's no script and
No,
no
nothing.
rehearsal.
Just
Okay.
we have just filming during the music, and I like this moment. Yeah, when they start laughing. In this moment, they are not Max and Laura. They are just Paula Beer and Enno Trebs, the name of them, and they feel a little bit ashamed. Yeah, that they filmed, and because like kids, they're laughing. In this moment, we make the cut. The father is coming because I want to have the feeling that there is a possibility beyond the world of traumatic situations, beyond depression, and so where they are innocent and free, and therefore the song is also at the end of the credits. Yeah, because I want to remind to this moment.
Thank you. There's someone here. Sorry, I'm making you run.
I'm here for stuff.
More intimidating. So a lot of the films that I've seen of yours were very political. In the last, I'd say maybe 3 or so, are much more intimate and smaller. And I was wondering what maybe why your interests have kind of moved towards that.
Yeah, this was a question half a year before shooting the actors, and we met the first time. Yeah? This was the day where Paula Beer said the shit sentences to me. Yeah? Yeah? And she was right, and therefore this was shit. And okay, and they asked me, Transit, Phoenix, Barbara. These are political themes. There's a subcutant political thing working there, and I said this movie is also political. Yeah? But not in that the politics are the subject. It's a movie about repairing things. Yeah? It's a movie. Everything in this movie is broken. Yeah, it's the dishwasher. Is the right word, or dishwasher, and the cars are broken. The fence is broken. The bicycles are broken, and also their souls and their minds, yeah, are broken. And you see people, and I like to see in the last time, I like to see people who try to repair something. Yeah, when you start to repair something, you have to respect these things you want to repair. You must understand them. Yeah, and so I think our society, it must be repaired. Yeah, and there was my son had he was a skateboard driver. Yeah, he has a skateboard, very expensive skateboard. Yeah, so yeah, and this skateboard and this great skateboard of his friend is getting slower and slower. Yes, he was. Yes, it's always the same. And he said, I need a new skateboard. And I said, no, you have to repair it. Yeah, because this, I don't know the word in English where this little iron balls are inside the Kugellager in German. What? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, there must be there's hair and mud inside, and so yeah, we have to open it, have to clean it, and so on. And so I show him how to do it. And he make it, and the skateboard is very fast, faster than before. And then I saw it from my window. I saw it how he give this information to his friend. And both are lucky on this day because they have made it. Yeah? And for me, it's political to stop this world where we throw all the things away, we consume every day. We have to repair it. And also, we have to repair our political society. right? Because there are people who destroy it and don't repair it. Yeah? And so for me, it's politics, but not in a way that the film says go for election or Trump is an asshole or something like that. Yeah, it's you don't need to say it. Yeah.
Also, I was going to say with the ending, I will say that Phoenix has one of the best ending shots of all time.
Yeah, there was a ranking in the Guardian, yeah, 2 years ago, and Nina Hoss sent to me that we are on the ranking position number 3 with Phoenix, yeah, and I said who was the asshole on number 1, yeah, but this was Butravai by Claire Denis, and this is also a fantastic scene, yeah.
Someone here.
Hello. So my question is, how are the topics that are explored in the movie, such as death, grief, and suicide, personal to you? And this question has a continuation. So if it is personal, how was it like creating a movie about such a sensitive topic to you? And if it was not, how did you approach creating scenes that are authentic?
Yeah, in Berlin, Berlin, when the Corona time starts in Berlin, yeah, and Berlin is a city full of clubs, theaters, yeah, so people on the street, yeah, young people on the street smoking marijuana, cigarettes, other things, yeah. So, but in this time, when so many people from France, from Italy, from Spain, you have in Europe you can go for 1 year in another town and you get it paid. They give you an apartment so that there is an exchange of young people. Yeah? And so many young people from Barcelona and Lisboa and Milano are in Berlin, and then there's a shutdown. And you can see all these depressed young people for 1 year they have to live in their apartments without any social contacts. There was no university, nothing. Yeah? The library are closed. And my daughter, she knew some of them, and she said they are totally depressed. Yeah? Some of them have suicidal tendencies, yeah? Because there was no life. You are isolated completely. And some of them are so depressed, and then my daughter told me that depression by them was a little bit like as if their senses are closed for all time. They're inside, locked in themselves for all time. And therefore, I have this idea to show one character like Laura who learned and have the possibility of a second childhood. Yeah? Today, I have had an interview with a film critic from New York, and she said she used a word I had never heard before: war friend. Yeah, and I said, "What this?" She said, "All these people in the movie reminds her on war friends." And I asked her, "What is war friend?" And she said, during the 11/9, yeah, when the panic was on the street and the people are irritated, so many strange people help each other, and they never ask for what is your profession, what is your family name, where are you coming from. This is a war friend. Yeah? It's something from in the situation. Yeah, it's direct. Yeah? And when she's lying there after the accident in the grass, and there's this older woman, yeah, who helped her, and she grabbed the woman and said, "Don't go away. This is the beginning of a war friendship." Yes? So I understand something that I think it's a great luck in your life to meet someone who says, "I take you like you are, and I don't want to know how much money you earn, who are your parents, and what is your profession." When I'm on a party, yeah, and near the kitchen mostly at the refrigerator, where fresh Coca-Cola is inside, yeah, and there's someone, and they said, "Can you hand me a Coke?" And I give it to him, and so there could be a fantastic conversation if we can talk about Coca-Cola in our society without saying, but mostly, in 99%, it's 4% more than the actors who direct movies. Yeah? Yeah? In the 99%, yeah, what are you doing? Yes, this is the first. You have to give your identity. Yeah, and then this there is no enchantment in this relation. And these two women here, they start a war friendship. War friendship is not a good word, but I like it from the meaning. The Coca-Cola is coming back in my biscuit. Yeah. Yeah.
There was someone here. Yes.
Hello, thank you for the film. I think in your previous films, your characters often play like different vocations, like they're singers or like writers, and then this time she's a musician. So I'm curious, like how you choose what your characters do as their profession, and I'm curious in your next film what Paula Beer will play.
I think that the first time I think about this that I have now I have a piano player, then a singer in Phoenix. It could be, but it's something I think for women. Yeah, women in cinema. Yeah, I told we talked I think about that. That one of my favorite directors is Claude Chabrol, and I was. And 25 years ago, I was at the Venice Film Festival, and he was interviewed there. Yeah? And they asked him why he's always making movies with women in as main characters, and he said, as very short, very fantastic answer. He said, "Men are living, women are surviving. Cinema is about surviving." Yeah? I like it. Cinema is always on the side of the weak people, yeah? And their fight for surviving. And I think young female artists have to survive in a very hard way because they're really surrounded by male subjectivities. Yeah? And therefore, I'm interested in this. Yeah? But it's a perverted situation because they're also a male subject. Yeah? But then I was very proud that I received this, an award for Women Cinema Award in Venice. I received this, and I thought in the first moment I thought that these are crazy feminists who want to kill me, yeah? and want to make jokes with me. But it was really it was serious, and I'm telling them the story about Claude Chabrol, and they understand it immediately. Yeah? So, but what was the answer? A little bit, okay. Yeah.
And then what will Paula do in the next one?
In the next film, she wants to destroy a theater where Nina Hoss is the main character.
Is that a profession?
To destroy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She destroys this theater like she destroyed my script. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take one last one. Yeah, it's okay? Okay, someone here.
Thank you so much. I think the one thing that I didn't get closure by the end of the film is the story of Laura before the accident, because she was so absent-minded and feels like also kind of traumatic situation as well. But like you didn't tell the story from her side. Is there like a intentional like setup that you want to leave this mystery on her side, or is there any other like symbolism from that kind of like setup? Thank you.
Yeah, this was it's always a long discussion, and also Paula asked me what happened before, and I have written a biography for her. Your father is in a very ugly town, Minden. He's working there as a rich dentist. Yeah? The dentists are really a crap. Yeah, really. Yeah, yeah? Because how you're studying for 5, 6, 7 years just to open mouths and earn money and buy 2 Porsches. This I don't understand. Huh? So yeah, these are not doctors for me, dentists. Huh? So yeah, so I had written down everything for Paula that she also fall in love, and I said I don't want to make a movie about a dentist in Minden and his daughter. Yeah? So but what convinced her was that I said this movie has something to do with Alice in Wonderland. Yeah? She's a little bit like Alice, and she's coming into she's going to the other side of the mirror to repair her life, and also she's repaired, and she's repairing also the life of a family. Yeah, and so this accident, yeah, it's like the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland. And when you read Alice in Wonderland again, yeah, you know nothing about Alice before she's falling into the rabbit hole. Nothing. Yeah? You don't need it. Yeah? And the movies who need an explanation at the beginning mostly are movies by 95%. Thank you.
Thank you so much.